I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend. Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today we are going to take a fully spoilery look at Transformers Energon Universe Book 7 of the Skybound series. A lot happens in this book as it shifts gears from one major story arc to the next after the massive plot twist that Johnson so expertly pulled off in the last book. We see various characters adjusting to the new status quo, we get new storylines introduced, and we see the next major source of conflict. There will be spoilers, of course, so if you don't want any of those, you can check out the links below the video to just get yourself a copy of one of my books, Flying Sparks, Dragons Stir in the Rivers, Aliens Walk in the Forest, and Something Goes Boom in the Night. Spoilers, you have been warned. One of the best elements of the story so far is how the Autobots, Optimus Prime in particular, have been on the back foot for the entire story. Starscream woke up first and took as much control of the situation as he could, and from the get-go, Optimus was running defense. His goals were to get the other Autobots online and just to stay alive. Then he has to do that in the face of this hostile and fragile local population. Even as his goals become more clear, even when he is rallying the troops, there's been something uncertain, hesitating in his body language. He's no longer on his home planet defending the systems that he was fighting to defend. Everything has changed. Then the writer brought that plot twist out from where he had been hiding it among the death flags, and had Sparkplug Witwicky sacrifice himself to the Matrix after extracting a promise from Optimus to protect his son. That story arc ended, and the next one begun. So, when Sparkplug sacrificed himself, I don't think we gave nearly enough thought to what the natural occurrence from that situation would be. Sparkplug in this case is taking the place of Optimus in the death rebirth cycle. So it was obvious in hindsight that that's not the last we're going to see of Sparkplug. But we don't see any of that in this book. Cliffjumper is stressing because there's now a massive rift between him and Carly. Carly, who has set her art aside and is entirely focusing herself on violent revenge. She wants Starscream dead for killing her family. She isn't interested in what people with more experience around her have to say on the matter. Someone hurt her family and she is going to end them. The dead zone that is surrounding the town of Witwicky, preventing people from calling out and getting help for the past day or so, well, someone finally noticed. Out in the Pacific Ocean, an aircraft carrier is being sent to investigate the coast of Washington State. The camera pans around the bridge where the captain is receiving absurd orders, something about giant robots. The camera lingers on his grim, alert look to show that the captain is taking this seriously. He might never have heard of giant robots menacing the West Coast, but he is now hunting them. The captain has no idea what their goals are, but the only information that he could reasonably have access to is that a section of the west coast of the U.S. has gone radio silent, and that perhaps one G.I. Joe by the name of Duke reported that a giant robot that can turn into a jet plane took down his brother's plane and then needlessly murdered his brother as the pilot was falling to the ground. Needlessly, cruelly murdered Duke's family. So the captain should logically assume that all of these robots are a threat, if not actively hostile. The camera pans over the complex controls of the warship and lingers on an image of a mother, father, and two children before focusing on the grim determination in the eyes of a man setting out to protect his family. Somewhere in the smoke and heat of a volcano, Soundwave makes a calculated decision in order to keep what he calls his safe, healthy, alive. Twisted as it might be, Soundwave is too taking risks to protect his family. Optimus Prime is trying to keep his promise to Sparkplug, but Spike Witwicky has lost his entire family now. Mother, brother, father, and he understandably rebuffs Optimus' attempts to comfort him. I think you and I are beginning to sense a twin theme in this book: trauma and loss, and family, doing whatever it takes to keep you and yours safe. The cost of vengeance, the dangers of obsession. This book is setting up a lot that promises to pay off with painfully good storytelling. And of course, it ends with a twist. Remember, Optimus has been on his back foot for most of the series. It was only in that now famous "How do you feel about going on the offensive" that he really gave off confident body language. And even then, there was a feeling that he was putting on a show, that this was for the benefit of others around him, rather than from his own internal state. Now, after this mysterious plot twist, after he was barreling off the side of a mountain road, we see him next striding into the Ark with calm, understated confidence and determination written over every line of his frame. He is striding, he is standing firm, and he states his new goal as an order. The Autobots are going to protect this beautiful world, which is just a little odd in context. Not odd that, of course, Optimus has this goal. He is Optimus Prime, after all. But now, even with the rest of the Autobots still out of commission, still injured, Optimus is now focused on protecting Earth. Might this have anything to do with the fact that there is now a human essence merged with the Matrix? Does that scene of the Decepticon challenge foreshadow perhaps the Autobots not quite being all on board with Optimus prioritizing human lives over theirs? And we just know that Captain Blue Eyes is going to come into conflict with Optimus and the Autobots. It's a given at this point. Captain Protect His Family is going to see giant robots going around on a destructive spree, as Soundwave promised, and as longtime readers, we know bullets and heavy artillery is going to fly before Optimus can get things calmed down. Given the focus this opening book is putting on grudges, revenge, and justified motivation, I don't think that calming down process is going to happen without some significant heartbreak first. But what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Is there something alien motivating Optimus Prime from within the Matrix? And will the other Autobots have something to say about it? Tell me what you think in the comments below the video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and peace out, my wonderful viewers.
Drake McCarty's leg was shattered, deep in the wilderness. As the flash flood closed over him, something alien pulled him from the waters. A military base that shouldn't exist. An ancient warrior with secrets of his own. Drake returns to his family with a whole leg and the burden of a secret he doesn't understand. In the forest around them, someone is watching, and something followed him home. Flying Sparks. 90,000 words of science fantasy adventure. The first novel in the Dying Embers universe is now available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play Books, and from the author as a signed copy. Get your copy now and step into a world where dragons walk the forest, aliens lurk on the mountain, and things go boomp in the night.
Escape into another world with the writings of author Betty Adams. Two worlds, one of utter absurdity, one of dramatic tension, both alike in aliens absolutely astounded by human behavior. Humans are weird, short, absurd science fiction stories. Flying sparks, dragons, aliens, and things that go boomp in the night.
Books available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play Books, and at authorbettyadams.com for a signed copy.